In my last video, I showed you a compilation of all the modifications I did in the last few months to my new Emco Compact 5 mini CNC lathe. I guess the video was a little bit too long or just a little bit too boring as it had very little views. However, one topic out of this video I think is worth for an extra video, as it might be interesting for other mini lathe users out there. The setup of a lubrication system for the lathe main slideways. Well, lubrication system might be a little bit exaggerated here, as it is not like a real central lubrication system or something like this, but it's my way of bringing oil to all the main sliding surfaces of my lathe, which is important to keep the machine in good condition, ensuring a long machine life and to maintain its accuracy. Even if this machine came from the well-known Austrian machine builder Emco, which makes all sorts of professional machine tools till today, the Compact 5 CNC lathe I have here came with not a single oiling port in the whole machine. You wouldn't expect this, but I think this is mainly due to the fact that this machine was built back in the 80s mainly for educational purposes, to teach the machining apprentices the basics of CNC programming. So the machine was not really intended to be used for regular production work. Of course, I won't use this machine either for mass production, but however, I thought it's not the worst idea to add a way to lubricate the main slideways and the ball screws. So, with the saddle of the lathe on the bench, you see the Z-axis sliding surfaces. A flat one on the back side and a V-shaped one on the front side. And when turning around, there are the two dovetail slideways for the X-axis of the lathe. My plan is to give an oil outlet to each individual sliding surface and to mill some oil grooves to distribute the oil properly over a larger surface. At first I removed the old way wipers, which I renewed as well in the end. With a carbide 1mm saw blade, I milled a relief cut for the back Z-axis sliding surface. This is not strictly necessary yet, but will help when I someday try to scrape the surface in for better fit to the lathe bed. But that's another story. Now I need a way to bring the oil to the two Z-axis sliding surfaces, which should be as simple to make as possible. After wrapping my head around it, I came up with the idea of using just two long holes, which go from the backside of the saddle deep into the casting and feed all the slideways. The first hole will feed the V-way, the left side dovetail and the front gib strip. The second hole will feed the flat Z-axis slide, the right side dovetail and the back gib strip. So I started with drilling the two main oil lines. First with a normal sized 2.5mm drill bit, and after the hole was started with an extra long one to final depth. Next I drilled the outlet hole for the rear flat Z-axis slideway. The position of the hole is critical as it has to align exactly with the feeding oil line underneath. With compressed air, I checked and verified the success. Both holes perfectly align. This hole here will go all the way down or up to the right dovetail. The side from which I drilled the hole will be later covered by the gib strip so that the oil can only flow up to the dovetail. The second hole drilled here not only feeds the left side dovetail as the first one did on the right side, it also feeds the oil into the gib strip to lubricate the underside of the lathe bed. To oil the V-way, I started the outlet holes with a small 1mm ball nose end mill, as it's not possible to start with the drill on the angled surface. After that, I can finish the holes the regular way with a small drill bit. Again, I tested for successful alignment with compressed air. For the outlet holes on the dovetails, I started with the same end mill again before finish drilling the holes to the right depth. The first hole was easy, but the second one was quite nerve-wracking. The angle and the position of this second hole has to be critically precise in order to align with the feeding oil line. Somehow I was very lucky this day, and the alignment of both holes couldn't be better. The position was absolutely perfect. Now all sliding surfaces have outlets for the oil. The only thing left to do now is to mill oil grooves into the surfaces. The oil grooves typically have a zigzag or C shape in order to spread the oil over a larger area. So I used a small ball nose end mill to add the oil grooves. A relatively easy task on the horizontal surfaces, but a little bit tricky on the angled dovetail surfaces of the x-axis. Especially as everything is really small on this machine. And that's the finished saddle with all the modifications for lubrication. Now I just have to widen the two feeding holes and put some threads in it for two grease or oil nipples. Before reassembling the saddle, I made new gib strips from cast iron. Originally, the lathe had plastic gib strips, but the pre-owner already replaced them with some brass ones. However, I decided to change to cast iron ones, which will also get some features for lubricating the underside of the lathe bed. After bringing the gib strips to final size and drilling the mounting holes, I drilled a hole from the small side. Then I milled an oil groove along the long side. As the sliding surface contact area is only about 4 mm wide here, I couldn't do the zigzag shape and had to mill the oil groove in a straight line. This is not ideal, but better than nothing, I hope. This hole here connects the oil groove to the hole underneath I drilled earlier. The larger hole drilled here is the inlet hole for the oil. The oil enters the gib strip here, flows inside the gib strip to the side and exits into the oil groove. A small M3 thread is needed so that a grub screw can be inserted to seal one side of the hole inside the gib strip. And these are the two new made gib strips with the lubrication features. Only the two sealing grub screws need to be installed. Now I can test assemble everything for a test run on the bench. I bought a new oil gun, which I filled with 68 whey oil. This is the standard whey oil for lathes. And now the moment of truth. A few pumps with the oil gun and voila, oil is running out of the outlet holes. But before reinstalling the modified saddle back on the lathe, I decided to install some lubrication lines on the ball nuts in X and C as well. Again, right from factory, there was no way to oil the two ball nuts. Maybe it's sufficient to pack them with some grease and they keep running for years, but I thought when I'm already at it, why not add 2 oil ports more for the 2 ball nuts. For the X-axis, I drilled a long hole from the backside of the cross slide deep into the part. Right in the place where the ball screw mounting block sits, I drilled an outlet hole through which the oil can flow into the mounting block and from there right in between the 2 parted ball nut. For this, the mounting block had to get some holes too. One as an inlet hole and a smaller one which leads the oil right into the middle of the 2 ball nut parts. Now the cross slide can be reassembled again and is ready to use. The same process was done on the mounting block for the Z-axis. Originally this was a plastic part which I replaced by a self-made aluminium one. Again, this part got some holes and an oil port too for lubricating the Z-axis ball nut. With all this done, I could reassemble everything back on the lathe and test the whole thing in real life. Of course, this is not the best way of doing the lubrication on a lathe, as the oil is distributed from 2 single oil lines into different outlets, which always mean that there is a risk of not all outlets getting the same amount of oil. Especially on the left dovetail side, there is less oil coming out of the slideway. I guess this is due to the fact that on this side is the outlet for the V-way too, and as these outlets are in a relief cut and not directly contacting the lathe bed, there is very little resistance and the oil tends to flow directly to these outlets and less likely up to the left dovetail. Some sort of valve or smaller outlet holes on the V-way might fix this, so perhaps I will add this someday. But given the original state with no oil ports at all, I guess it should be much better. Here you can see quite some oil is leaking on the underside between the grip strip and the saddle. I guess I should install some sort of sealing here. So you see, it's not quite perfect yet. I wanted to keep it both simple to make and use and as effective as possible. Some things can be improved in the future, but we'll see how well it works over time. And as some of you ask about the oil gun I'm using, I will put the link in the video description. So far I'm really satisfied with it. I didn't notice any leakage, so that thing seems to be oil tight. I hope you found this little project interesting. Thank you all for watching and till next.